Hello everybody and welcome to another video on the Pole Position YouTube channel. In this video we are going to be discussing the Spanish Grand Prix and of course the winners and the losers of the race in Barcelona, which saw Lewis Hamilton take victory for the fifth season in a row at Barcelona, or the fifth time the race has taken place at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalonia. This was a race where Lewis Hamilton wasn't really in control for most of it. It was Max Verstappen looked in control. Mercedes then went on a two-stop strategy, as it were. Red Bull were technically only on a one. It saw Lewis Hamilton catch Max Verstappen back up and ultimately overtake him to take the victory. So we're going to look at the winners and the losers of the Spanish Grand Prix. So without further ado, let's get into it. And the winner in the number one section is of course the winner of the race, and that is Lewis Hamilton. Like I said, it was really a victory that Max Verstappen should have won. It was, down to a great call really by the Mercedes team. So combined really is Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes in the winner section. I think they did a great call with strategy, which obviously, like I said, saw he was a bit longer out on his first stint and then came in for his tyres. It actually looked like Red Bull had the better strategy at that point. And then, of course, they re-pitted again in terms of Hamilton and Mercedes. Red Bull didn't with Verstappen, and then Verstappen was really a sitting duck, as Lewis Hamilton could smell blood, really, or smell a win. So, yeah, he sort of hunted Max Verstappen down, and, DRS comfortably overtaking him on the pit straight, as it were. So great manoeuvre by Lewis Hamilton, and then was comfortable to the end of the race really. I mean, Max Verstappen then pitted and went on a softer compound of tyres to get the fastest lap, and obviously that saw him close the gap a little bit, but it was still down to 15 seconds because after he pitted just to get that fastest lap extra point. So ultimately the main winners of this weekend have been Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton. Obviously Valtteri Bottas, I'm not even going to mention him. He's not in any of the categories. It was just an average weekend. He didn't really perform much, wasn't in the top fight really, to be honest. He was on his own for most of the race. I got stuck behind Charles Leclerc for the first stint, which wasn't great for him, but ultimately does get them extra points for Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. Ultimately a great weekend for Mercedes, and for obviously Lewis Hamilton taking his third victory in 4 races. The next winner on the list is Charles Leclerc. Did a great bit at the start in terms of jumping Valtteri Bottas on the first lap, and Valtteri Bottas really struggled to get past him for the first stint, as I mentioned previously. And Leclerc just put in a really solid performance with that Ferrari. I think a decent-ish strategy call, and Ferrari sometimes have an issue with their strategy decisions, but overall good weekend for Charles Leclerc, and obviously Carlos Sainz picking up some points as well. So the team as a whole have done really good this weekend and are now only 5 points off McLaren. So great performance from Ferrari, and of course, like I mentioned, Charles Leclerc had a fantastic weekend. Managed to keep up to pace really, make sure nobody behind in the likes of like Daniel Ricciardo were able to overtake. So great weekend from Charles Leclerc, and obviously now he would be down as my driver of the day. So great job from Charles Leclerc. And the third one down that I've put as a great weekend is Esteban Ocon. Now obviously he started a little bit better and it did fall down the points, did fall down the order as it were, but did secure the last couple of points, and another a solid job. Did a great weekend in Portugal as well, and I just think he is beating a two-time world champion in Fernando Alonso at the minute, so he is doing something right at that team, and just looks a lot more confident than he did last year. So another great result really from Esteban Ocon. So let's hope that continues for him, and obviously hoping Fernando Alonso picks up a little bit as well. Was trailing around, was close to that final points position, but then pitted late and finished in 17th. So not great for his teammate, but great job from Esteban Ocon. And then of course we go on to the loser section, and I think obviously that highlights very much so Red Bull. I have put Max Verstappen down, but it is mainly Red Bull because obviously I think Max Verstappen didn't have a terrible weekend, didn't have a terrible day. He did everything he could in that car, did a great manoeuvre at the very first corner in the race start to sort of nudge Lewis Hamilton out of the way and take the lead going into the first lap of the race. So did everything right in that position, controlled the safety car restart well as well, and it was just a strategy call that let him down. I really think that Red Bull should have maybe pitted maybe the lap after, or the second lap after, that Mercedes did their second stop as well, but they left it go, and it was a repeat of 2019 in Budapest in Hungary. It was exactly the same thing. Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes just hunted Max Verstappen and Red Bull down, and yeah, Max Verstappen was very much a sitting duck coming into that last few laps with 6 laps to go. There was nothing really he could do. The tyres were gone, and Lewis Hamilton just comfortably sailed past. So yeah, I think Max Verstappen will obviously be disappointed with that, but I don't think it was anything he could have done. It was very much that Red Bull made the error. So in terms of the loser section, I've sadly had to put Red Bull in there. And I've also going to mention quickly Alfa Romeo. Now obviously they didn't score any points, but I think ultimately the issue for me was the pit stop issue for Giovinazzi. The safety car came out. We'll obviously mention that in the final loser column, but yeah, the safety car came out. Giovinazzi came in for a stop, obviously safety car pit stop. Thought it would save a little bit of time, but it cost him 35 seconds. Well, obviously more, but stationary he was there for 35 seconds because it looked like either they had a mix-up with the tyre compounds, or I think one of them was a flat tyre as well, so one of the mechanics had to run back into the garage to get another set of the media compound for that side of the car, and yeah, it was just an absolute mess really. And obviously you saw Williams at the same time doing a double stack, and that worked really well. But yeah, Alfa Romeo had issues, and Giovinazzi couldn't recover from there. He was way down the list, and I think finished in 15th or 16th place. So yeah, ultimately not a great weekend for Alfa Romeo because they didn't score any points, but even more disappointing for them was their pit stops, which yeah, wasn't great. And then the final one in terms of the loser section is Yuki Tsunoda. Now there's obviously been a lot of hype with him over the last couple of races, and I think it is warranted. He does look like a breath of fresh air in that AlphaTauri team. Obviously had that qualifying issue in Imola as well, where he sort of hit the barriers, which obviously wasn't great, but he's a rookie driver, as it were, in his first season, so we're letting him off in that. But yeah, not a great qualifying session on Saturday. Couldn't get out of Q1, and then he had an electrical issue as well, only 6 laps into the race. So yeah, I mean, the electrical issue really isn't his fault. It's not like he's crashed out or anything, but yeah, not a great start. And obviously that then saw the safety car come out for that, because he parked it literally on the new turn 10 section of the racetrack. But yeah, I think ultimately for me it was the qualifying performance really on the Saturday which saw him not get out of Q1. So yeah, overall not really, after what happened in the race as well, not a great weekend for Yuki Tsunoda. And yeah, so they are my winners and losers of the Spanish Grand Prix. Let me know in the comment section below who were your winners of the race weekend, and obviously who were the losers in that section as well. The podcast for this week will be coming out during the midweek with my guest Jamie Davis. We will be reviewing the Spanish Grand Prix. We'll be looking into the Portuguese Grand Prix a little bit, because I know I didn't do a podcast for that one. I thought I'd combine the two after the back-to-back race weekends. So obviously that'll be coming during the week as well, and obviously like I said, we will be doing a more race watch-alongs of the season on the Let's Talk Sport YouTube channel, so check that out. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, that really does mean a lot, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, see you soon.